analysis of the performance from Banyana Banyana today, and of course, what it means to qualify for the 2024 WAFCON?
I thought in the first half we just couldn't connect, we couldn't find each other, and we gave them a chance like we did in the first leg. And great save by Kaylin right there in the beginning to keep us in the game. And at halftime we said just be a little bit more patient, move the ball around quicker. Those one-touch passes, rather hold on to the ball and move the ball around, because the spaces are going to open up, and eventually the spaces did, but we could have had a lead at halftime as well, with the chances we created. We said keep going, it's going to come, and eventually it came, and then we were able to control the tempo and everything else. But once again, we lose concentration and we make a mistake, and we speak about minimizing those mistakes, because it could have been costly, if the player had taken the opportunities, and then when it was 2-0, we knew that the game was over. But just happy that we qualified. The travel wasn't so fantastic, but resilience by the players and great fight by the players. It's been a long season, Saturday, Wednesday, 5-hour bus travel. It's been a long season, but they stuck it out and they showed true grit, and that's what champions do. When it matters most, that is when they come through for the team. So congratulations to everybody that was part of the match today. Also want to say congratulations to Janine. A long career. I think this is well deserved. She's given her all, always wore heart on her sleeve, and it couldn't have happened to a more deserving person. Good luck and welcome to the space. It's not easy, but we wish you all the best. Hopefully your coaching career can be just as successful as your playing career.
Thank you, Coach. Before we jump into questions, Janine, a big game for you today. 185 caps, making history today. What does that mean to you, and the overall performance from your team today in saying goodbye to you?
Well, today wouldn't have been as a joyful one without a win and qualifying for another AFCON. For me, it wasn't about me today. Yes, we celebrate the 185 caps, but we had a very important match to play. We knew coming in here it was going to be an easy one, especially drawing away from home and coming here. But we always know that coming back home, playing on our home ground, we would have that advantage, as we always do, with an amazing crowd that comes out. So congratulations to the team, and we wish them well for the next AFCON to defend another title for us. But overall, this has just been the cherry on top of the cake of a lengthy career for me, a great fulfillment for me, reaching this milestone. And yeah, what better way to do it with the national team at home. And yeah, it's been a long journey with Banyana Banyana. There's been many ups and down moments, but these are the kind of moments that one strives for, to achieve every single dream that you have planned out for yourself from a young age. And just reaching this last one is, like I say, a great fulfillment for me. So thanks for all the support.
Thank you, Janine. Thank you, Coach. You can now take the question.
Janine, when you entered the Banyana fold 18 years ago, to sitting here today, what can you say about the transformation over this past 2 decades, and obviously seeing, I think 3-time CAF Coach of the Year? Well, you've been through all this transformation over the past few years.
Well, it's been amazing to see the women's transformation over the years unfold. A lot has happened, a lot of investments made into women's football, and I think people could see that women's football is probably the fastest growing sport globally right now, and a lot of investments is being made worldwide. And although I do think that South Africa are still some steps behind compared to the rest of the world that is investing a lot in their women's game, I do believe from when I first started to where we are now, a lot is, being done for women's football. We get to play on nice facilities, we get to wear nice, training kits. We have all these people around us, fitness trainers, assistant coach, goalkeepers, coaches. That's what we never had before. So a lot is invested in the women's game. It's just amazing to see how far it's come. Competitions coming up, CAF coming in, and the Women's Champions League currently happening and just many competitions to help grow not only football teams but also individual players, you know, getting contracted abroad and playing professionally without thinking of, oh, I have a job to go to, and it's still currently happening here in South Africa, and that is something that we need to change and something that we need to fight for. And just, you know, having so many players playing abroad is, you know, we need to try as a country to stop these players from going abroad and have internationals actually come into play in South Africa. But that won't happen if there's no professional, you know, status over here and actually people making a full-time career out of the sports. But these are the things that obviously need to develop and change, and we hopefully would see it in the next, you know, near future, I would say.
Stick with Janine for now, except the coach for later. Janine, players, I mean, the significant number of British who play at the highest level obviously talks to doing the right things in terms of how you carry yourself and stuff like that. As we step aside now, what will be the message we'd love to send to young boys and girls out there who are studying abroad? We often have this problem, the celebrity problem, where people get carried away easily and they lose focus. And what would you say to that young kid out there who's starting out, who want to make a career out of football?
You know, every achievement or every dream that you set yourself up is a stepping stone to the next. And you need to, no matter what you achieve or how successful you are, you need to remain grounded. And grounded means staying humble, staying disciplined in your roles, not knowing that you're earning a great amount of money and you're on top of the world. You know, you have to work for anything that you want. And I always say to the youngsters that nothing worth having comes easy. And being successful is definitely a tough job, probably the toughest out there. You get challenged mentally, you get challenged every day physically, you have to put in the hard work there. So sometimes you don't want to wake up out of bed because of yesterday's training session, but you have to continue to grind the next day. And even when you are alone and when no one is watching, that is when it actually happens the most, where you have to take care of yourself and be self-disciplined in what you want to achieve. But, you know, success won't happen without failures as well. A lot of people think that success is just about winning and achieving great things. But, you know, you have to go through some lows in your life in order to reach the highest of stages for yourself individually, but also as a team, collectively. So that is what kept me going, and most of all, what has kept me alive is my passion and love for the beauty of this game. And I still, you know, say that if people had to say you don't get paid to play sports, how many people would raise their hand up and say, me? And that would be me, because for me it's not about the money, it's about the love of the game and the passion that I have for it, since I started at a young age. Not from a young age that I think, oh, I'm going to make a full-time career out of this, because never in my wildest dreams that I think I would be, you know, one of the highest capped African player on the continent. But for me it was just each and every achievement for me from a young age was just a stepping stone to the next.
Let's take the last two questions.
One is for Janine. Yes.
Okay.
It's fine, you can
Oh,
ask.
Janine, I just want to ask, now that it's all said and done, what would you like your legacy to be within South African women's football?
I would just say, as I said, like, you work until you can't anymore. That has been how I looked at my career. Never giving up on anything, no matter what challenges that you face. And yeah, I would say just being that role model to the youngsters out there. A lot of players look up to the ones that play and represent the national team, and if you don't lead by example, you know, it's important that you look at yourself in the mirror and be like, will the next generation follow in my footsteps? And people are looking at me, what kind of attitude and behavior and just overall presence do I put out there as an athlete? And that is how I want people to see me, as a leader and a very passionate individual that love to play the game and represent my country with full pride.
The man that you took the record from, your opinions, some says he's probably the best that has ever done it on the continent. Would you maybe love to meet him?
Of course.
Have coffee with the guy?
I would love to meet him and watch some of his games because I've never watched him before. I never had that opportunity to watch, but definitely would love to meet him and hear what he has to say. And now a female has taken it.
Coach, obviously a box tick now, you're back at WAFCON. Would you say that this team that you have there on the pitch now is the core and ready to go to defend the title? And what was the thought process behind the 8 minutes of football today?
What 8 minutes of football? Actually, no, it was actually going to be 5 minutes for the jersey number 5.
Okay.
And then Knox got injured at that moment where we sort of wanted to make the substitute, which was around about 5 minutes. You know? So that was the whole idea. Look, we've got a lot of players missing, but we've got a core group. You look at players that weren't even in the matchday squad, the Shamasi twins, Asanda, Salana, players are all either in the early 20s or just 19, 18. You look at the players on the pitch, Fikile, Bona, Karabo, Notolo, even Faith coming on, all very young players. So it's not just about now. We're always making sure that we make the core group bigger. And the experience that they've gained over the last couple of games, I mean, we have one centre-back that's played at the World Cup, the others all injured. Rafiwe Jan is currently back playing. Nomvulas just started playing again. Paley is injured. So we have a lot of players that are out. But the experience that they gained is second to none. And we practically really, dug deep where we had to put a team together. Karabo doesn't normally play where she plays at centre-back, but it just shows a lot more versatility, a lot more multifunctional amongst the players itself. Ramalepe played 3 positions today in the game. Right wing, right back, left back. It shows the quality that we have within the group. And that augurs well going forward because come 2026, whether I'm here, whether I'm not here, there's a core group already developing. We already made a list of players that we're looking at to get ready for 2027. And a lot of these players, they've got to play at the WAFCON in 2024 to experience the WAFCON to be ready for 2026 to qualify for the World Cup now that we're no longer bidding for the World Cup. So it augurs well for the future.
Coach, something a bit different. Don't you think that sometimes sanity must be done from CAF's side, where really, the ladies go out under this heat to play football match?
That was extremely difficult. I think maybe you don't look for excuses, but maybe that's the reason for the lethargicness in the first half. Little bit of energy. Not just that, they've had a long season. They've played back-to-back games, Saturday, Wednesday, and eventually that catches up with you. And when it's the heat like this, it also catches up with you as well. And I think it was the same for both teams. It was very difficult out there, but they grinded and they showed true grit. And that's why I think we came through better than them. But you're right, sanity has to prevail. We have to make sure, that you take care of the players' well-being. I think that is first and foremost. More than anything else, because you always read about players collapsing on the field, and we wanted to make sure and we insisted on a water break, and any moment that there was a break to come get fluids, because we know that's a possibility. I mean, we're busy looking after other people's children, it's not our children, so we have to take care of them while they're in our care.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Janine. Thank you to the media that has
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Janine?
Yeah, it was all about the brother.